All right, so welcome back. One of our other, what I refer to as the mother sauces in the pastry world, we have anglaise, we have pastry cream, ganache. Ganache is one of those things that's super, super important. And it's oddly enough, at its basic core, it's two things. Heavy cream, I've got 8 ounces of heavy cream here, and I'm gonna put this into the pot and let that come to a boil. And then I've got 8 ounces of, now this is our 811 from Calabo, so this is a 54.5%. And I'm gonna put that topping in there. Now this is a very basic. When you get into chocolate and confections and sugar class with us, you'll be understanding the reasons for maybe adding glucose, certain amounts of milk versus cream to balance out the fat content, because you have to look at the fact that this is an emulsion. You're putting this, there is fat in this, and there's fat in that cream, and you're making the two emulsify. And if you have too much fat, you're gonna cause an issue, and you're gonna end up with ganache that is broken. Now, usually when you're making a ganache, you do not use Hershey chocolate chips or Nestle chocolate chips. You wanna use a pretty decent quality. You can push and get away with a Nestle chocolate chip or a Hershey chocolate chip, but you want to make sure it's not a flavoring or a coating. You want to make sure you're actually getting a good quality chocolate chip. So what you have in your mise en place there at home right now is a blend of 60 and 48. So you'll be in pretty good shape there. All right, so after this comes to a boil, and you'll notice the actual bubbles and everything are coming in. You want it to come all the way across, just like what we were talking about earlier. If this boils for too long, A, you're gonna have a big mess to clean up on your stove. B, you're also gonna cook off. All this is moisture. This is all moisture evaporating off. So I really wanna just bring it to a boil as quickly as I can. So, and as soon as I'm all the way there, I'm out to the edge, I'll go ahead and turn that off. And I'm gonna pour this right over my chocolate. I'm gonna give it a little shift, and we're gonna wait for 5 minutes. You'll notice there's no hand tools here. No hand tools in the pot, and it's for a reason. It's to keep you from wanting to mix it. So in 5 minutes, we'll be able to start mixing, and I'll show you how to mix. All right, so our chocolate has been sitting for about 5 minutes with the hot cream on it, and we're gonna go in right into the middle, and we're gonna start stirring. And you'll notice the emulsion will take place right in the middle of the bowl. You'll also notice that the tool I'm using here is not a whisk. A lot of people think that they're gonna use a whisk. The whisk is okay for actually getting it mixed. However, the problem then is that you incorporate air into it. Now, why is air a problem? There it goes. There's the emulsion. This is a beautiful thing. I always get so excited. I've been doing this for over 25 years, and every time I see the emulsion of ganache, a basic ganache come together, it always makes me happy. I don't know why. It's the little things like that, but properly made is super, super important. So after you get your ganache stirred, like I said, the reason for it is, what if you're making truffles? Well, if you're making truffles, you don't want to incorporate air into this. As a matter of fact, you want the least amount of air as possible. If you're making a glaçage for one of those nice cakes, you don't want bubbles in your glaçage. You'll have to nuke them out or hit them with a blowtorch or whatever else to make those go away. So if you just make it the right way, which is right here, you're fine. There you go. You could even use this, pour this over a pound cake, pour it into a filling for an actual cake in the middle. You can actually let it firm up a little bit on the counter. It does not need to be refrigerated. On the counter for 24 hours covered, and you can actually use that to actually frost a brownie or make little hand-rolled truffles. So it's a very, very handy item to know, and that's ganache.